This week has been a living hell, and I completely 100 million% mean that. My step-grandpa is gone for 1 week to help his brothers in like 10-hour trip away somewhere. I don't know. What my grandma and grandpa do, they are one couple. They are one type of person. No one would marry my step-grandpa because of how he is, and no one would ever marry my grandma for how she is. So they are one of a kind. No one. So when he's not here, she tries to use me as my grandpa, my step-grandpa. She tries to make me the new step-grandpa. She comes to my room, I'm going to say 6 times, 8 times a day. Cody, did you know? Yeah, I did. And I'll tell her, yeah, because you told me that yesterday. It's that kind of thing. Yeah, because you told me that twice, yesterday and the day before. She literally comes up to my door and tells me the exact same information she just told me or just happened 10 minutes ago when I was in the room. She'll retell me the information that she was talking about on the phone when I was right beside her or in the other room. I could hear it from the other room. She will come up to my door and say, "Did you know?" Yeah, yeah. Remember how I said my grandma was a covert narcissist? Not a narcissist, a covert. A person who's an upstanding citizen, a nicey, 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 nicey. I'm going to help you. I'm going to give to you. So I look good. Attention, attention. But no matter how much attention you get, it will never be good enough. That's where my step grandpa comes in. She causes drama on purpose, like clogging the sink with 15 pieces of chicken and destroying the sink because he's a plumber. So she would give herself a reason to call him because she's bored of me, because I tell her the truth when she does stupid shit. She plugs up the sink. Well, why did you do that? That's what I say. You know, my step-grandpa would say, "Oh, well, this is how you fix it." No. Oh, well. No. Oh, and they would just argue for like 2 hours. Me? I give a simple answer. Well, why'd you do that? That was dumb. Like, I'll give a direct answer. I don't like putting up with any bullshit. Maybe it's because I have 5 earth signs in my chart. I am not the kind of person who likes bullshit. I know when you're throwing bullshit at me. I don't like it. So this morning, my grandma wasn't giving me anything useful to talk about. She was actually irritating me, so I was just kind of ignoring her. Uh, Annoyingness. Just like how this morning she called my step grandpa actually called her. I call him my grandpa the most because I lived here for 2 years and I grew up with him, so I'm just used to calling him that. He calls and she just like, "Oh, hi." And then they're talking like right in the other room. There are no barriers, there are no doors. I can hear them fine. She comes into me and she's like, "That was Grandpa." No, really. Who else is going to call at like 8 in the morning and I can hear his voice on the other side of the line? It makes me almost feel stupid, as if she sees me as a stupid person who doesn't know, like she doesn't see me in the other room. She ignores the fact that I'm there. And she's like, "I have things to talk about now. I have things I can talk about now to other people. New information entered my head that I can tell other people." I call it the Libra effect. Since Libras, when they get any information at all, they have to gossip about it. They have to tell another person. It's not like Geminis who will collect information and just generally want to teach other people about it. Me, I'm a Gemini. And Libras are just like, I learned a secret. I'm going to tell someone else I care about more about now. Mostly girl Libras. Less of boy Libras, but mostly girl Libras do that. Don't say it's not a fact. Girl Libras do that. You know, my grandma has some Libra in her chart. I don't know which. She has like 2 Libras in her chart. But anyways, another thing she did, she purposely tries to make me angry just so she can get a response. Like how a dog will bark, and then you'll run up to the dog and say, stop barking. And the dog will, because it got a response. It got a stimulus. If you tap the dog on the head and say, no, that's bad, the dog doesn't like it. I can see why when my real grandpa, blood related, was married to her, he didn't want to be married to her. He didn't like her. I told her that when the sink makes a draining noise, that means it's draining. Oh, she's not here. I'm going to go turn it on. Let me show you. Let me show you my grandma's mistake of sticking like tons of chicken down the sink at once. You see, you know what that means? That means the sink is filled with, the pipes are filled with greased up, because it was corned beef and cabbage, if you know what that is. It's very salty, fake chicken with lots of salt, and it's greasy. Almost like bacon chicken. And it all piped. That's why they say don't pour bacon grease down the sink. It's the same thing about stuffing a shitload. And I said, Grandma, why didn't you just put it in the trash can? Oh, I wanted to piss you off so I could cause conflict and this would all happen and then there'd be a lot of attention on me. That's how she thinks. Attention, 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 attention. I've only been here with her alone for like 4 days, I think, and I want to get a knife, jab it into my neck 8 times, and then hang myself. Why? I don't like bullshit, so stop throwing it at me. You want to have a conversation with me? Intellectually talk to me. Oh, how's your morning, Cody? That's a conversation, Grandma. Not, let me do what she did this morning. I was right here cooking. Oh, hi, Cody. Hi. I cannot normally talk to her because any word I will say, she'll make a rude, confused, upset, mostly upset facial expression, so I will show emotion back. When she's not getting enough of her emotion, she likes sucking the emotion out of people. Let me rephrase that. She likes getting reactions from people. If I do this, I'll get a reaction. I make this, I get a stimulus. You give a rat the water. With a shock, the rat won't want the water. You pet the rat and give it water, the rat will like the water. You tap Grandma on the head 1 time. When she makes a bad face, do it 5 times, she'll stop making the face. Because she learns with the bad stimulus that it's bad to do that. And that's not real communication. That's manipulation. Learn it. You're manipulating. You don't see it as manipulating because you don't think you're ever wrong. You don't. When I told you that turning this on and that noise is the sink trying to drain, she disagreed with that. Then what the fuck noise could that mean? If it was just plain clogged, it wouldn't make any noise because it wouldn't be draining at all. Use your brain. Now I say, every time she talks, I just say, it makes sense. Because anything I tell her, anything, any smart thing I tell her, she'll look at me as though I'm insane. Like, she walked in here, because she kept doing that. If she's annoyed by anything, she'll walk into the bathroom and hide in there. And then she'll come back out all happy or normal. Like nothing happened. Like, ignore the fact that anything just happened. So this was on the stove. I was cooking, and there was garlic in there instead of onion, because we don't have onions. So she looked at me like, and did that. She backed off like, why are you making? So I calmly said, we ran out of onion. I had to use garlic. And then I said, it all makes sense, because when you look at me like I'm crazy for cooking breakfast, I want to slap you, because just have a normal fucking conversation with me. That's all I want from you, Grandma. I just want you to talk to me like a normal human being. You're not. You're trying to get attention, but you can get that from people by communicating with them in a normal way. But you don't do that. You don't. You try to cause conflict. You don't have to do that. What's wrong with you? And even if you watch this and you'll come up to me and say, why would you make that video? You can't get sad. I've never seen you cry in your life, ever. Even when you had cancer, you didn't cry. It's creepy that you can't cry. It is. I can even cry. Something will bother you, and then you'll come up to me and say, it hurt my feelings deeply that you did that. Not even in a sad face, not even with a crying face, just in a serious, it deeply hurt me that you did that. Then she'll go in the other room, get a phone call. Hi! It's like, where was the sadness? Was it even there? Did it exist? No, because you don't have any. You suppress it into a little tiny ball and hide it inside of you. You don't let it ever escape because you're too afraid to let your sadness escape. You're too afraid to show it. I think that's why I've grown to like girls that can show their sadness, because I live with one who can't ever show her sadness. I like real people. Real people. And I live with two of the most unreal people on the planet. Two of the most people who suppress who they are the most. One of the most quiet people who doesn't ever say anything and acts pity. And the other person who says everything and thinks she's always right about everything. And then says, oh, I never said that. No, you subliminally, passive-aggressively implied it, is the best way to put it. Just like your husband does. And that's why you guys are one. And you'll always be one. Namaste.